Sometimes I find it really difficult to stay focused, and one unproductive day can throw off like an entire week. After a day like that, I wake up feeling unmotivated, I take a while to start my day, and then by lunch, I'm already behind schedule. And I end up beating myself up for being unproductive, wake up feeling unmotivated the following day, and so on. I was stuck in that loop for quite a while until a good friend helped me realize that it wasn't the things that were on my list that were the issue, it was the way I was making that list. Today I'm going to talk about this surprisingly simple adjustment that I made, and it doesn't matter what planning tool you use, so bring your post-it notes or your Trello boards or whatever, and let's just get into it. We'll start by talking about the typical day planning process and why it tends to fail us, and then we'll cover how to make it better and wrap up with a couple of things that you'll want to keep in mind. To make things simple, we're just going to talk about planning your day, but you can scale this up to whatever time frame you want. For most people, planning your day looks something like this. You sit down in the morning and look at a list of things that need to get done. Some of those items have a priority, others have a deadline, and some of the items are just sort of on the list. You look at how many available hours you have and start filling today's list with whatever you think can fit into that amount of time, making sure to sprinkle in items with deadlines and high priorities. What you end up with reminds me of one of those infographics that shows the ratio of coffee to milk in different drinks, except instead of milk and espresso, meetings, lunch, and tasks fill the cup. Now, we tend to fill the cup pretty high because we generally focus on how much we want to get done. So you make your list and you begin working, and almost immediately other things start getting added to your cup. You get pulled into a meeting, the internet goes out, something just takes way longer than you expected. Whatever the reasons are, things rarely go exactly as you'd planned. And as your day plays out, every surprise adds a stone to your cup, and as a result, something else spills out. We tend to plan for the perfect day, even though we know our day is going to shift around us, and that sets us up for failure, or at least perceiving our day as a failure, but we'll get to that. Let's look at two versions of the same day, one using the more standard method and then one with the method that I've been using for a little while now. You check your schedule and you decide you have enough time to accomplish these 5 things. Then of course life happens, and by the end of the day you've gotten maybe 3 of those things done, or like half the list. You start kicking yourself for not being more productive and feel bad about your day, which you carry into tomorrow as emotional debt. But hey, tomorrow's going to be different, right? Tomorrow's not going to be different. We know this. And this is a loop that I was stuck in. So let's look at how to change that. In the first, more typical scenario, we asked ourselves the question, how much can I get done today? Instead of asking that question, ask the better question, what will make today worthwhile? That shift in mindset does 2 things. 1, it helps you think in terms of what you want out of your day instead of what you can pack into it. This helps you catch yourself killing time in email or Discord when you really should be moving something more important forward. And 2, it naturally encourages you to leave room for the unexpected, which is a virtual certainty that we somehow rarely account for. So now let's take a look at how that day changes if we have a completely different perspective. Okay, so same person, same day, same project, but this time we're going to ask the better question, what will make my day worthwhile? So with this goal in mind, we're more likely to select only the critical things that we really want to be able to call done at the end of the day. We're not just trying to fill the cup. Now remember, this is the same day with the same distractions and same stones, so we're going to finish roughly the same amount of work, but it will likely be work of a higher quality. And now here's the game changer, because in the first scenario, we finished 3 out of 5 things and felt kind of crappy about our day. In this scenario, we finished 3 out of 3 things, or at least closer to the full list, and now we feel great about our day. I do realize that this sounds like a little bit of a silly mind trick, and there's some truth to that, but it's not like trying to hide your own Easter eggs. You don't have to trick yourself in order for this to work. You're just reframing your expectations for the day. It's been my experience that I don't get any less work done with a shorter list, so I'm not risking progress by being more realistic. But the way I feel at the end of the day is dramatically different, and how you feel at the end of the day has a big impact on how you start the next one. And if you're big on finding more ways to be productive, like I am, you should check out this video's sponsor, Skillshare. One of my favorite productivity experts, Ali Abdaal, has several amazing classes on getting the most out of your time and effort. I honestly can't recommend these enough. Skillshare's classes are designed by creatives, for creatives, and they've got thousands of classes ranging from storytelling to game development, marketing, illustration, and more. And if you're not sure which classes to start with, they've got curated sequential class collections called Learning Paths that help you master a specific skill. On Skillshare, you'll learn by doing, alongside a community who can give you feedback if you want, and you'll learn at your own pace, on your own schedule. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will get a 1-month free trial to Skillshare, so get started today. So let's wrap this up by looking at how you can put this into practice today. Now, this isn't theory. I've been doing this for a while, and it legitimately works, or at least it works for me. And it's not a magical solution. You still have to be responsible for the big picture and keep things moving forward. So underscheduling your days just to complete your list will absolutely catch up with you. But I'm not talking about changing the amount of work you do, just the way you process what you've done each day. Here's what you can do to get started. It doesn't take much effort. Take a look back at the last week and write down everything you accomplished. Then try out this method and make a similar list at the end of the week and compare the two. I think you'll find you got about the same amount of work done, if not more, but you will feel measurably better at the end of the second week. If you end up giving this a try, let me know in the comments how it went for you or what kinds of changes you might have made to make it work for you. Everybody's a little different, and I encourage you to make this work for you. This is just how it's worked for me. Thank you so much for watching. Before you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free for you and helps me continue making these videos, and hopefully, with your help, a lot more. As always, please be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will see you in the next video.